This is big here, Graham, because look at Maryland initially cut off Watkinson, any type of release there, and then you see the unforced there. You get great defense.
And nothing to show for it.
They got nothing to show for it. Now, how many times have we seen this will result in a goal for the opponent?
Loyola cleared last week just a 77% clip at Georgetown. It's not going to be good enough.
It's not even just physically, it's mentally now that you have to hang in this for another 75 seconds.
They've done so much work defensively. They got to go back and do it again. Again, going to the zone from outside.
What did I say?
Yep, it's normally how it works. Daniel Kelly gets the Terps on the board with 3:24 remaining in the first quarter.
And in this particular possession, Glenn, it wasn't anything special because we haven't seen a shot from the outside so far. And what we heard from Coach Toomey was Max Watkinson has a flair for the dramatic, which we've seen, but sometimes struggles on your 10 to 12 yard shots.
Believe it or not, with 3:24 remaining, that's our first goal here in this contest. Daniel Kelly with his 4th of the season. The Terps draw first blood here in Baltimore. The Patriot League is on ESPN.
Loyola actually had a great opportunity on a slow break, but Minikis pulled it back out. So you can see the strategy is be deliberate unless you have something that is high percentage.
And I was wondering, maybe do you change the strategy a little bit because perhaps you're trying to catch Maryland off guard? Like, hey, they think that we're going to hold on to the ball deep into the shot clock, maybe make a move. And
yeah, it's such a judgment call. If you leave it up to the hands of the players, it's a judgment call.
Everhart will operate from back at X. Jackson Canfield defending him. Everhart gets it off and gets the Hounds on the board.
I think Canfield was just confused there, and sometimes that happens defensively. Maybe not confused, but you relax. Once a player gets above goal line extended, it's fading away from the cage, and if they're not known as a shooter, you tend to relax, and you'll see that here with Canfield as he provides too much space, and Everhart is able to beat McEnany, who I think was surprised as well. So right here, he drifts high. I think he thought maybe he was looking on the inside.
10 at the face-off dot a week ago against Richmond. He's the sophomore from New Jersey. He used both guys last week. Obviously, that's one of the big storylines this season for Maryland, replacing the great Luke Weirman.
So lately, Glenn, offensively, you've seen Loyola invert behind. Now they're not going to so much invert from behind, but they're going to attack from the corner.
Minikis goes kamikaze style in front. Now what's the call? The flag's going to be out either way. They're going to call it a goal. Matthew Minikis puts the Hounds in front.
Dodging from that corner, Glenn, can be really difficult for a defender because of the angle, particularly if you have a left-hander like Minikis who's adept at getting in the inside. The defender has to worry about the pick. It's difficult to get an understanding of where you are, so the goalie has to communicate clearly, and the slide becomes very difficult at that angle. And Minikis does a wonderful job of diving over and then converting.
Of course, you have to avoid that inner crease. And Watkinson again gobbles it up from Kelly.
Probably not the greatest shot. 28 seconds left on the clock. Make them play defense a little bit more. You had a left-hander shooting right-handed low to low.
Loyola back-to-back goals to move in front. They get it back. Trying to get a little advantage here with Murphy flying in. Murphy pulls the trigger and scores.
I was just getting ready to say, Glenn, here's one of those situations. Do you go or you pull it back? But they're feeling it, and they went, and they converted.
Luke Murphy makes it 3-1. 3 unanswered goals from the Hounds here in the second quarter. They've come to life. The crowd is feeling it. Luke Murphy.
I love the placement. This is not an easy pass to catch, but I love the placement. Offside low to a left-handed goalie, difficult to save, and you can see the enthusiasm from the Loyola sideline.
Energy is real. It slow down the momentum for the Greyhounds right now. In front, 3-1 Loyola is. Drifting back, Stobaugh.
So they're clearing the side. He does not attack to try to get on the inside.
Spanos
but what
around
they
the
do
screen.
Is they get the switch. Spanos is going to get his hands free.
Does get him free, and did that sneak over? It did. Spanos ends the run for the Greyhounds. makes it 3-2.
And what Loyola had been doing so well previously, they did not do well there. Spanos went through 3 different defenders, meaning he got passed to 3 different defenders, was able to get to the interior of the defense and get his hands free. It's 1, there's 2, and there was already 1 prior to that, and he gets on the inside. Tough save there for Watkinson.
First of the game for Eric Spanos, the preseason All-American. First of the season. Ends a drought for me. I trust you.
I wouldn't. And here you go. You see
I
from
didn't say I would trust you with my wallet.
this dodge from this angle. Does not go inside. Gets the pick from behind. Will spin it back up top. But unfortunately, Minikis still has a long pole on him. You get it to the weak side, and here we go.
So down to 12 on the shot clock. Murphy trying to feed it underneath. Wow, how did he sneak that through to Haberman?
Well, I don't know, Glenn. And that's really just Maryland probably falling asleep a little bit in their own ball defense and not seeing what's happening underneath and on the back side. The challenge, though, right now is you still have 9.4 seconds.
Sure, and they can move
and they can
face
push it
off.
forward. Excellent offensive set here by Coach Van Arsdale.
Haberman right in front. His first of the day, his third of the season.
So the slight opening there causes the defense to begin to spin, which enables Haberman to get under.
Everhart looking for a screen.
Now, yeah, Maryland does a great job. Well, does not get the short stick.
Down to 14. Hands free, but that is
not a bad shot there. Offside high, though, with a screen.
Wide from McCarthy, 10 seconds.
McCarthy's a nice-looking player. Big, strong,
They
fast.
like him a lot. West somehow gets that off and somehow gets it to go.
And you can see McNaney point to himself saying that's on him. You know, again, 9 times out of 10, he's going to make that save. May have just been surprised or guessed wrong.
First of the day, second of the season for Brady West.
He gets topside. No slide comes to the short stick. Gets his hands free, rotates his hips, back of the net.
5-2 Hounds. The Patriot League is on ESPN. What was the amazing part about last year was that they did it without having that true alpha offensively. I don't think they still have an alpha at this point.
If anyone, you would think it might be Spanos on cue.
And how about that?
And that was caused by a slip by Maryland, maybe some communication. But Spanos is probably your guy if you're going to, label somebody an alpha. And as you can see there, when he gets his hands free, he knows what to do with it. So, look, Loyola goes high defensively. There's a trip. And then there's utter confusion on who's going next. Easy conversion for Spanos.
Yeah, Trujillo trying to get back in. Houlihan didn't get. Serving that penalty. 60 seconds. Third extra man opportunity of the day for the Terps. They have not converted on either of their first 2, but both of those were 30 seconds.
And we talked about the turnovers. Loyola has been great with keeping sticks in the lane. But as you get tired here in the fourth quarter, sometimes you forget to do that. It's critical man-down scenarios. But they're trying to find that pop on the inside.
Of course, Louis Dubik, the extra man specialist. Boy, that one was nearly knocked away. Instead, Spanos knifes his way through, gets the extra man tally, and it's a 1-goal game.
Yeah, it started with the skip pass that caused the problem, and then really the next issue was a really poor approach by number 4, Michael Callahan. It was undisciplined and overly aggressive. And now you're seeing, again, Spanos start to take control as the leader of this team. So skip pass causes a problem. Bad approach. Easy conversion.
And you saw how tantalizingly close Chase Gregory was to the pace of this game, too.
And they're feeling a little bit more confident. They're leaving A.J. Larkin out there on the crease to try to create a matchup problem. Now he drifts to the top.
A switch. Maryland's scored the first goal of the game. They have not been able to get it tied back up since it was 1-1. 10 minutes to play in the fourth quarter. Supporters of both teams, and Urksa ties it up.
All day long, Maryland had done a really good job on dodges down the alley by not getting high and letting them on the inside. And they have forgotten to do that or have been unable to do that in these past couple possessions. It may be due to a lack of endurance, Glenn. You can see right here, in decent position, gets too high, uses his stick instead of his legs, no slide.
Urksa's first of the day. It makes it 5-5. Maryland has scored 3 unanswered goals. That's the problem. Maryland has been playing a lot of make it, take it. Not a lot because they haven't scored that many goals, but they have. They're capable of getting it right back. Loyola was on the wrong side of 2 separate 6-0 runs last week in the loss to Georgetown. Right now, they're on the wrong side of a 3-0 run. Keegan, Houlihan much quicker to come over with the slide.
Great slide there by Houlihan. Now does it create a matchup, though, for Maryland that's advantageous to them?
Whittier makes his move, doesn't have the angle. And getting in front, Maryland's got 4 straight. Spanos has his 4th of the day, and the Terps are in front for the first time since it was 1-0.
Yeah, and Jake Wilson's really having a tough couple of minutes here as he's been scored upon 3 times. In that particular scenario, he falls asleep, and Spanos creeps behind him, and Spanos is now taking control. As you see, again, Jake Wilson loses his man, turns his back to the ball watches.
Goal will trigger a media timeout, but if it's a Maryland goal, that'll be 5 straight and a 2-goal deficit with under 6 minutes to play. Huge play. Massive CTGB for double R. Remy Reynolds, boy, thinking about
he
it.
scores.
And oh my gosh! I can't believe he took the shot. I can't believe it got through.
At that moment, I thought he is going to be buried on the bench for the next 4 games. Wow, what a change of events. And then to your point, we get a media timeout.
CTGB pole goal. Remy Reynolds, the highlight machine. We got a tie game with 5:31 to play in Baltimore. The Patriot League is on ESPN. What a way to start the season. Another big non-conference showdown coming up next Saturday. Loyola hosts Johns Hopkins. They are not backing down in terms of this early season scheduling.
They haven't backed down today.
Nope.
As you can see, I mean, Maryland is the physically bigger team, but Loyola has not backed down at all. They have been the tougher team today.
You can follow the Patriot League on social. Instagram, Threads, X, YouTube, and LinkedIn, all at Patriot League as Maryland goes back in front with Daniel Kelly.
Yeah, and Loyola's losing their discipline, Glenn, on these down screens, as you're having now like 2 guys drift to the same guy that's leaving the opening for Kelly there. It's a real shame. As you can see, they're in decent position there, but 2 guys drift over. They have 3 guys in one spot, and Kelly converts.
There wasn't anyone within 4 yards.
It was something out of the ordinary.
Loyola, their attack has not scored in the fourth quarter.
I would say this, Glenn. If you get your hands free for your Loyola, I would not go high to high.
Sure, yeah, that's not worked. Logan McNaney today has made 10 saves. It will still be Everhart.
Now, does Brady West actually set a screen? Does he back out of it? And here we go.
Schaller with them. Everhart trying to get free top side. Everhart will get the look, and oh my gosh, he got it!
You got to be kidding me.
2.2 seconds left.
You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Maryland played that about as well as you could play. There was no switch, forcing him away from the cage, and somehow he sneaks it on the inside.
Keenan Everhart with 2 seconds remaining.
I mean, look at this. They play it well. We can't get the screen. There's no switch going away from the cage.
Somehow able to tuck it in that near post.
Wow.
Keenan Everhart, what a home debut for that young man. And Reynolds scored in the fourth quarter for Loyola when things were getting away from them. And then Everhart with the goal to tie it up. Eric Spanos has been the story for the Terps. 4 goals today. Can they have someone who can get a winner here? Ford was in some trouble. The atmosphere is tremendous. Crowd feeling it. Loyola supporters trying to help their team dig in and get one more stop. Hands-free shot wide for Keegan.
Boy, that puts a lot of pressure on your defense on that short stick.
Down to 30 on the possession clock. Keegan again engaging. Keegan shoots low and wins it. Maryland rallies in the fourth quarter and survives a dramatic late tying goal from Everhart to get a winner from Matthew Keegan in overtime and an 8-7 victory.
Yeah, I think Watkinson may have gotten something on that, but what you see here is Maryland just starts attacking the short sticks. You know, Glenn, it's a simple answer, but the short sticks seem like they've just run out of gas here in the fourth quarter. So on that particular play, it was really difficult from the beginning. Trujillo lost a step initially and couldn't even make up the difference. And Keegan provides the difference for Maryland.